So we are back running up to the Browns franchise mode. Last episode we played that game against the New England Patriots, and we won that one by a pretty big score, I guess, considering we did destroy him offensively. But when you check out the player stats for that game, though, he had a pretty good game, though. It looked like he was better than Keeper Bob, I guess. 324, 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Most of them coming in garbage time when we're playing prevent defense at the end. So that's the reason why he even had that many touchdowns. But when it comes to Keeper Bob, though, 375, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. Great overall game out of Kiefer in that game. Whereas rushing yards wise, we had a good game. Not really a good game rushing wise. 14 yards, 14 carries, 1 per carry, 1 touchdown. At least we got the TD there. But whereas Jeremy Hill and the Patriots, not that even better either. 30 rushes or 30 yards, 17 rushes, 1.8 per carry. So the run game was not strong at all on both sides of the ball. When it comes to our team, though, when it comes to receiving yards, we had a big game, though. Big game overall. So the Browns. So Cody Coleman, 143, 8 receptions, 1 touchdown, 17.9 per carry or per reception. Scotterbeck at 62. We'll go insert this properly. Duke Johnson 69 on 6 receptions and 2 touchdowns. So that's where we used Duke Johnson. Majority was in the receiving game. Whereas Urbic 62 on 7 receptions. Miramosa 56. Odom at 21 on the 1 reception. And Malcolm Gilmore 18 and 40 at 6. Wait, and it looks like anything else? We'll go touchdowns wise. So yeah, there's only touchdowns for receiving yards. But when it comes to blocking, though, check this out. At least no sacks let up by the offensive line or even blamed on the offensive line. When it comes to defense, though, Ali Godfrey 11 tackles, 1 for a loss and 1 sack. It's a great game out of him. Quan Williams at 7, Emery Youngblood at 7. Let's see sacks wise. We had 1 sack to Ali Godfrey, 1 sack to Robert Newton, half sack from Lacey Green Ellis, and half sack from Evaldo Buck, the rookie. When it comes to interceptions, though, no interceptions, obviously, we saw on the defense. When it comes to kicking-wise, though, Gordon Chung, 2 for 2 on the day, 61 yards out was his longest. That was a pretty good field goal by him, though. When it comes to punting-wise, only punted 3 times in the entire game, and I believe almost all of them came in the fourth quarter, when our offense wasn't really going at all. But when it comes to kick return, though, we do have at least a few kick returns are decent, and that's about it. So, a good game overall in that game. Now we reached the 10-win threshold of the season, so I believe we made our goal for wins. And we also have Eli Apple back this week, too, in that game. But the rest, though, now you can probably check out what happened, I guess, for division. So right now we're 10-4 ahead of the Bengals, who are most likely going to be 9-5. The Steelers probably 7-6, and the Ravens 6-7. So it kind of looks like we could maybe even clinch a playoff spot in the next few weeks if we win next week and the Bengals lose next week. So hopefully we can clinch that playoff spot next weekend. But when it comes to overalls, though, right now, we have Keeper Bob 91 overall up to this confidence. His confidence is high after his back-to-back great overall games passing the football. And we have the rest of the players like Corey Coleman 88 overall, solid, no confidence boost. And Miramosa 83 overall too with no confidence boost either. And even we have Scott Urbick 80 overall, no confidence boost there. So it looks like these guys are very getting up, their overalls are pretty good right now. Whereas Urbick, I think he jumped up 6 overalls in one single year though too, which is pretty crazy. And our offensive line, just looking amazing right now. 95 overall Joe Thomas, 84 overall Joel Batonio, 85 overall Cuddy Warfield, 79 overall Antoine Grice, and 87 overall Pro Bowler Julius Creighton. So, I mean, offensive line that we built now, year 1 draft, is just amazing right now. So next thing up on the plate, we do have, I guess, re-signing players if you want to. So, we have Will Hill with $160 million over 4 years, which I probably would want to bring him back, but we do have one stud, strong safety there in Evaldo Buck. So you gotta watch for him though too. We have Eli Apple, who I really want to re-sign anyway, so we'll go negotiations with him. So it's 4 years, 5.9 mil, 1.86 signing bonus. So he's a pretty good overall cornerback though. I like his style, I like his speed, I like his man coverage. He's a decent overall player at the age of 24, and he can only grow from this point. So 5.9 million for 4 years for a guy is gonna be great in the next 4 years. Why not do it? Let's go and sign him to what he wants. There you go. So get Eli Apple back for next season. Now you have Raheem Moore Sr. there. 80 overall is his overall thing, but you want 7.3. I think how much does you want? 7.38 mil for over 3 years, 2.55 million signing bonus. He gets 2.5 mil for 3 years right now. Should we go and commit to a guy like Raheem Moore Sr.? He's 29 years old, for the 3-year deal, which is only going to make him go down once he hits the dirty 30s. But next man up on the chopping block is Courtney Upshaw, who I'm pretty interested in probably not bringing him back next season because we have Robert Newton at the left outside linebacker position. So I don't know if we really want to bring him back. We'll wait until the end of the season, see if we can get him at a lower deal. But other than that, 3 years, 14.3 mil, not that good of an idea for a backup left outside linebacker. Next up is Kenny Still. Still's 8 mil for over 3 years. What does that amount to? 2.7 mil. So that's almost around what he makes anyway. We'll keep him on there for now. We have Bradley McDougald. McDougald 7 mil for over 3 years. Girl Nassib 3 years, 8.8 mil. He's not too bad, I guess. Brzezinski, I kind of want to bring him back. Cody Kessler want to bring him back. Spatch, Vince Hanks want to bring him back, and the rest like Schobert, Aiko, Foria. I'll see what I can do at the end of the season. So, gonna have a lot of re-signing to do at the end of the season, but other than that, I got the man I really want to re-sign, Eli Apple. The rest is kind of fair game, I guess. So I did something the next week, and now finally have a match between the Bills and the Browns this weekend. But right now, I kind of want to check out what happened for our schedule right now, at least the standings in the NFL. So it looks like the Bengals actually lost 8-6 overall record. We're 10-4, I believe. We finally clinched a playoff spot here in the NFL playoffs. Finally, we did it. We actually made the playoffs. Back-to-back years of heartbreak. And finally, in year 3, we actually make the playoffs. That's incredible to see that now. So I was actually going to go check it and see if we actually have a possibility to make the playoffs, or see what we have to do to make the playoffs. We actually clinched a playoff spot finally in year 3. So we'll check out what happened so far for NFL playoff standings. But right now, the Seahawks number 1 in the league. They're 11-3. We're 10-4, second in the league. They have the Falcons 9-4-1. We got the Dolphins 9-5. And let's see where the 49ers are at. The Niners where are they at? They bottom the league again, and they're 4-10 with Cole Colvin at the helm. So Cole Colvin having a terrible year so far. The Arizona Cardinals at 4-10. So the Vikings, 49ers, and Cardinals all bad. Even the Broncos are 5-10 or 5-9. That's not really that good with Paxton Lynch. So it looks like almost like in real life, they went to the Super Bowl last year. At least in real life, they went to the Super Bowl last year. They went and won it. The next year, they didn't even make the playoffs. The same thing's happening in here again. So the Broncos won the Super Bowl once again last season, and now they're not going to even make the playoffs next season. So that's pretty weird to see that. They're keeps happening all the time for them. But we'll go to points 4 and see where we're at right now in the league. So we are, where are we at? What is that, 10th in the league when it comes to points 4? That's not too bad. Points again, so we're top here. We're pretty good here. And we are, looks like 4th in the league when it comes to points 4, or points against. So we're doing very well there. And right now we're in a 4-game winning streak, so that's pretty cool to see that. I think we're 6-4 now, or 10-4. It's incredible. So, what about this? We're 5 home wins, 2 home losses, 5-2. We're 5-2 in the road too, which is pretty cool. Anything else? We're 4-1 against the division, and we are 2-2 against the NFC, and we are 8-2 against the AFC. So we're doing very well against the AFC. NFC not so much. And that's basically it. So our team doing very well right now. We'll check out what happened for stats so far, just before we go into the sim. It's in the last 2 games, they're pretty much irrelevant. So looks like Keeter Bob 3,600 yards passing, 5th in NFL when it comes to passing yards. Duke Johnson 8th in NFL rushing yards, 1,109 rushing, and 7 TDs too, which is pretty good. Corey Coleman 23rd in the NFL when it comes to receiving yards, 904 on the year. And looks like Keeter Bob 25 passing touchdowns, 9th in the NFL. And that 100 passing rating is 24th. So, not too bad of a season, I guess, for the Browns. A big comeback season, though, for everybody else involved. But we'll go to weekly awards and see where we're at when it comes to that, when it comes to the last week. We had to have something. Yes, there we go. So, Keeper Pop won it last week for top player in the NFC, or the AFC, sorry. Right there at that performance against the Patriots. So, let's check out what happened so far with their NFL MVP, see where he's at, and so on. So, right now, I believe we're 4th in NFL MVP for Keeper Pop, because of obviously Russell Wilson 11-3. They're going to be number 1 there. But we'll go to Coach of the Year, though. Who's the Coach of the Year so far? And 3rd is Sonny Weaver Jr., our coach. Cool. So we're doing very well there. And let's see the AFC. So right now, it looks like 2nd is Keeper Pop there in Offensive Player of the Year. DPOY is, where is he? Christian Caruxi 2nd in there. So former Brown Christian Caruxi on the Dolphins. Doing very well because we traded him in a trade for Ndamukong Suh. But, where is he? Do we even have anybody in here? We don't. Okay. So next thing up is Offensive Rookie of the Year. We do have Scott Urbick on there, who's 5th, or 4th there, which is pretty cool, I guess. DROY there, we have Robert Newton and, where's Buck on here? There he is, Robert Newton and Buck, 9th and 10th. Then when it comes to the best QB, we do have Pop in 3rd. And then when it comes to the best running back, we have Duke Johnson in 3rd. When it comes to the best wide receiver, we do have, where is he? Corey Coleman in 9th. Okay, that's not too bad. Number 1 is Drew Thomas. They're an Offensive Lineman of the Year. Let's see, D lineman. We have nobody on there. Best linebacker, we do have, where is he? Do we even have anybody on here? Oh, damn, we don't. Okay. Best DB, we do have Will Hill on there, who's in 6th. Best kicker, we do have, where is he? He's gotta be on your Gordon Chung, not even on there. That's just blasphemous. And that's about it. So we're done. So new Skip is just getting pissed off at the 49ers, a bad offensive unit. Not gonna change this year. Anything else? Really nothing else on here. Really just going back to that. So let's go sim the last game or the second last game of the season against the Buffalo Bills. Hopefully win this game. But before we do that, I have to go do some scouting. Get rid of those points. So scouting wise, I have no idea what to scout. To be honest, you have QB, you have Keeper Pop there. QB, we're good there. Running back, we're good. Fullback, we're good. Wide receiver, we're good. Tight end, we're good. Left tackle, we're good. Our offensive line's amazing right now. Let's see the next for defense. Defense, we're perfect in almost anything. That's incredible to see that defense is all B's and B minuses. So next year, hopefully, the season May is on there. But right now, happy with that. So I guess you could probably go and prove what positions we really need. So we'll probably go and draft, I don't know, an offensive lineman, left tackle, first round. So right now we're looking at maybe eyeing Tavon Bullard or Deshaun Dexter at left tackle for when Joe Thomas retires. Scuda. We'll just go ahead and get some left tackles. Got Jagger, who's not too bad, I guess. Upshaw, who's a 6th rounder, that's not too bad. Got Nicholas. Old St. Nick, nobody wants him. Joey Marshall. And Joey's not that bad either. Okay, Blackwell. And Blackwell, he's undrafted. Okay. So next for offensive line wise, we'll just go look at offensive linemen in general. And that's about it. So we're going into the second last week of the season. Hopefully win this game against the Bills and go 11-4 on the season. Be great to win this one, but we really don't have to. Could we even take Keeper Pop out next week? That might be a good idea. So leave him in this week. Hopefully, fingers crossed, he does not get injured. Let's go into this last game against the Bills and get into the last week of the season. So we actually won that game now, 11-4 in the season, facing off against the Steelers, 8-7 Steelers this week. So we won that game, and no injuries too, which is perfect. So we're good there. Now I could probably even go and bring in Cody Kessler next week. I really don't want Keeper Pop getting injured there. Next week we could go, let's see, Ingram's status. 3 more weeks. No, we need him for the playoffs. We got Mike Allen. We'll bring in Mike Allen. Just in case. Gilmore. We'll bring in Kenny Stills to face for Corey Coleman. Not there. Where is he? We'll bring in Odom to face for... We'll do this. There. Kenny Stills. Bring him. Number 1. Damn it, I keep messing up here. They really don't want Odom in there. It looks like he's vilified there. Gilmore. Who should come in here? Maybe Gilmore, because he's the lowest overall. We'll bring in 1 starter there. Our offensive line is good where it's at. We'll probably bring in, should we bring in Brzezinski? Might as well play a few snaps there. Bring him there. Just so Julius Creighton does not get injured. I really don't want Julius Creighton to get injured this season. Urbic. You know, he's a rookie. We'll leave him in there. And then when it comes to defense, we'll leave in Robert Newton. Grayson's good where he's at. Ali Goffrey's good where he's at. Emery Youngblood, though. We'll bring in Joplo Bartu and Sam Ako. Or no, we'll leave it like that. We need Ali Goffrey to play, too. Or should we? I don't know if we should. We'll bring in, actually, Emery Youngblood as our top D guy. There we go. So Ali Goffrey gets benched for now. And then for this one, Will Hill, we really don't want him getting injured. We'll bring in Buck for the last week. Randall's good where he's at. Eli Apple's good where he's at. And Raheem Moore Sr.'s good where he's at, too. Then on the D-line, we're good there, too. I like seeing that D-line intact. And I think we're not too bad there. Look, even Emmanuel Log by 85 overall, he's getting up there, too. So our defense is really progressing well. But, anything else? We won 42-21 that game against the Bills. We just destroyed them. Like, oh my god, 42-21 is amazing for that. But, let's check this game out, though. A huge offensive game for our Browns. So let's check out stats. Pop, 232, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Cody Kessler came in. 3 passing yards, 2 touchdowns. How do you do that? I have no idea how he did that, but he's amazing. Tyrod Taylor, 222, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. And that's about it. So rushing yards wise, we have Duke, 92 on the ground, 24 carries, and 1 touchdown. Even Mike Allen, though, 52 on the ground, 15 carries, and 1 rushing touchdown. So Mike Allen came in and played very well there. Thomas Rawls, 51 and 2 touchdowns. And that's about it. So receiving yards wise, we do have Malcolm Gilmore on there at 61. We'll check out the top guys, though, too. Sammy Watkins, 95 on our Browns. Malcolm Gilmore, 61 and a touchdown. We had Jordan Matthews, 51. Corey Coleman, 47. Vermosa, 45. Urbic had 32 and 2 touchdowns, so he was used pretty heavily there. Anyone else? You have Mike Allen, 29. Duke Johnson, 11 and a touchdown. and the rest is pretty much good, blocking-wise. Anyone let up sacks? Joel Bitonio let up a sack, though. Damn it. D-wise, though. I want to see your defense. Come on, defense. Play hopefully well. But, Raheem Moore Sr., 7 tackles, 7 tackles for Jordan Grayson, and 1 for a loss. We had Ogba had 5 tackles and 1.5 sacks. Let's see sacks in general. We had Ogba 1.5 sacks. We had Quan Williams half a sack, and that's about it. So, interceptions-wise, though, we do have 1 pick from Demarius Randall versus Brown, and we do have 1 at Will Hill in that game. So, kicking-wise, I want to see the kicks. No field goals by Gordon Chung. And punting-wise, only punted twice in that entire game. It's pretty incredible to see that. And in the rest, I think we're good. So, incredible game against the Bills. I guess it's against the Bills, so you can't really say much. But still, it's against the Bills, and we played well. That's not too bad. So, going into the last week of the season, facing off against the Steelers. The Steelers, a division rival. You want to win against them, but at the same time, you don't want to overdo it, though, and accidentally lose a starter for the season. So, we took out all of our starters primarily, except on defense. We're pretty much good where we're at. Whereas offensive-wise, we brought in Cody Kessler and Mike Allen to go and play this week. We have Kenny Stills at wide receiver, Samuel Odom starting at wide receiver, and we do have Urbic still at tight end because he needs the progression, and our offensive line, besides Brzezinski, is intact. So hopefully going into this last week of the season, hopefully no injuries. I really don't want any injuries at all, but if it happens, it happens. We have replacements. So right now, looking at the picks right now, it looks like we're probably going to pick back-to-back 30th and 31st overall in this draft. So our team is too good for the NFL. And now we're probably going to pick back-to-back in the first round for your first-round draft picks. We went and trade the... I believe we went and traded... What is his name? Dorial Green Beckham there. Yeah, Dorial Green Beckham to the Falcons. Their first-round pick and their only pick in the draft for next year. So, hopefully it turns out well for us. We have 2 first-round picks, 1 second, 1 third, 1 fourth, 2 fifth, and a 7th. So, a decent amount of draft picks in this draft to go get some backup talent for our backups in the next few years. So just to go and look at the rest of the players in the first round and stuff, and kind of scout them, I guess. Like a Michael Divins, might not scout him. Anyone else? Running backs. I really don't need a running back at this point. Simonton, he's pretty bad. Let's see this dude, Spencer. He's not too bad, I guess. So going into the last game of the season, let's go and win this one against the Steelers and take a 12-4 record going into the playoffs. So it doesn't say anything so far if we won or anything, but no injuries so far is a pretty good sign. And we went 11-5, so you lost against the Steelers, which is pretty obvious. We had all of our backups in. They probably had Big Ben still playing, and that's probably why we lost. But, let's check out awards though right now and see who won. And Russell Wilson wins MVP for back-to-back years. Was it 3 times in a row? I gotta check this out though. Russell Wilson, I think it's for 3 times in a row, so 3-time MVP Russell Wilson once again. So he's having an incredible season for him. But, we'll check out who won... what awards, I guess, so far. So go to yearly awards and see who won. Pretty much Pete Carroll and Russell Wilson. So give Bob 5th in NFL MVP voting. Not too bad, I guess, for his 3rd year. And Russell Wilson MVP once again with a 12-4 record on the season. So Coach of the Year looks like Adam Gase though for the Dolphins, 11-5. They made a comeback season this season. And Sonny Weaver Jr. in 4th with 11-5 season for the Browns. So we'll go to AFC now and see who won. So Blake Bortles looks like he won offensive. Yeah, he won Offensive Player of the Year, in fact. So David Johnson, was 3rd. We do have Big Ben in 2nd, and Blake Bortles in 1st. But Gator Bob the 4th, and come on. Like, we're the only one with a winning record besides the Steelers with a 9-7 record. But, come on, only team to go in the playoffs, and our top player does not even get Offensive Player of the Year, which is pretty bad. But, we'll go Defensive Player of the Year. We do have Jamie Collins won that one. If JJ Watt, we do have Christian Kirksey. And where is a lot of our players? We don't have any players in there. So, Offensive Rookie of the Year, though. We do have Scott Urbick 3rd in the league. Almost could have won that one, but I guess he couldn't win that one because of Whitehead. But, Defensive Rookie of the Year, we do have, where is our players? Buck and Newton in 9th and 10th. And then Best QB, Big Ben, they have Bortles, Rivers, and Kiefer Pop there. So, looks like Philip Rivers played better than Kiefer Pop this season, which is pretty surprising there. But we'll go to Best Running Back. David Johnson, Thomas Rawls, Le'Veon Bell, and Duke Johnson there in 5th. Best Wide Receiver, we do have... where is he? Not even in there. Wait, you have Malcolm Gilmore there in 6th, and that's about it. That's pretty weird to see that, but it looks like Allen Robinson did win it for the Jaguars. When it comes to Best Offensive Lineman, it is obviously Joe Thomas, Best Offensive Lineman in the NFL. And even a few of our other offensive linemen, like Julius Creighton is in 5th, and it looks like Cody Warfield in 7th, and that's about it. So a lot of... Wait, and even Joel Bitonio in there too. So how many offensive linemen were in there? You got Joel Bitonio, Cody Warfield, Julius Creighton, So 4 offensive linemen on our team made best offensive lineman list for the top 10 in the AFC, which is pretty incredible. But best D-line, we do have JJ Watt. And where are our players? No defensive lineman on there, which is pretty weird there. Best linebacker, Jamie Collins. And nobody else on there. Best DB, we do have Darrell Revis Island playing well this season. 5-11 record, but still won it regardless. And then third is Will Hill. So Will Hill could have made a comeback here, but just not enough to go and beat Revis Island. But best kicker though on here, it looks to be Justin Tucker again. And I think, yeah, nobody in there for ours. So it looks like pretty weird to see that for our Browns. No, I guess except one award winner there in Joe Thomas, but 4 offensive linemen there in the best offensive lineman category. Pretty amazing to see that. So we'll go to best for the NFC and just kind of scroll through there. So NFC, obviously Russell Wilson, offensive rookie of the year, offensive player of the year. KJ Wright was best DPOY. We have Matt Beeler as offensive rookie of the year for the Eagles. So we have David Sinclair for defensive rookie. We do have Aaron Rodgers for best QB. We have Ezekiel Elliott for best running back. We do have Julio Jones for best wide receiver. We get Tyron Smith there for best O-line. And 3 Cowboys there in a row. Our offensive linemen are almost like the Cowboys of the AFC, I guess, because our offensive line is pretty good. But best D-line, we do have Trent Murphy. And Barkevius Mingo's on there too. So Mingo converted to a D lineman, almost won it, but it's not enough to beat out Trent Murphy. Best linebacker, we have KJ Wright. Best DB is EJ Gaines. And best kicker is Hunter Alley of the Redskins, who was on the Browns to start off the season. So they must have picked him up off free agency, and he just played so well for them. So even 2 kickers of our former kickers are ours too, because we have Travis Coons and Hunter Alley on there too. But we got a guy, Gordon Chung, who's going to probably win kicker of the year next year. But that's about it for that stats for the NFC. So now we're going into this playoff game. Wait, I have to go what our team stats are. Team stats for a team. Go right there. We'll go and see what our players did for this season. So looks like Keeper Pop though had 3,800 yards passing, 27 touchdowns, 10 interceptions on the season, 65% completion percentage. Rushing yards though, Duke 1,198 yards rushing to 98 attempts and 8 touchdowns. Ingram at 8 touchdowns, 273. Pop at 5 touchdowns, 164, and that's about it. So we do have receiving yards. We have Scott Urbick at 729 receiving yards, 5 touchdowns in his rookie season. Let's see Corey Coleman though. Corey Coleman 971 and 5 touchdowns, and Gilmore 839 and 10 receiving touchdowns on the season. Incredible to see that from him. And Scott Urbick that same number, and we have Roland Marbrosa 687 and 6 touchdowns. Kenny Stills 279, Duke Johnson 272 and 4 touchdowns. So we have blocking. We do have, don't really want to look at that. Defense, so for tackles, you have the leader in tackles on the team was Emory Youngblood, who had 90 tackles on the season, 1 interception. Let's go down here to see all the tacklers right there, just so you can get all the numbers in the head. There we go. So now let's go look at what we have for sacks on the season. So who led us in sacks this season? We do have Lacey Green-Ellis with 9 sacks on the season led us. We have Jordan Grayson 8 sacks. Emmanuel Ogbah had 7.5 sacks. We do have Ndonga Suh had 5 sacks. Robert Wood had 5 sacks. And Kenny Clark had 3.5 sacks, and so on. So now on interceptions. Who led us in picks? And we do have Will Hill the third with 4 picks on the season. Great overall season for him. 79 tackles, 4 picks on that one. We have Demarius Randall at 2 picks. Eli Apple at 2 picks. And the rest have 1 or none. When it comes to, I guess, any other things? Forced fumbles, why not? Or, yeah, we'll go forced fumbles. Less than forced fumbles. You have Will Hill at 2, Demarius Randall at 2, Jordan Grayson at 2, and Buck at 2, and the rest have 1 or none. So we have fumble recoveries. The fumble recoveries, we do have 2 from Jordan Grayson, 1 from Will Hill, and the rest have 1 or none. And the rest, you have touchdowns. Defensive touchdowns, we only have 1 to Will Hill the third on the season, so it must have been in the game plays. I believe it was. But Will Hill there, great overall season from him. Almost won best DB of the year, but it's not close enough to win that one. So now I can probably look at what happened for our, I guess, team stats. Why not look at that? So well, let's see passing yards. So who led the NFL in passing yards? We have the Jaguars at 4,900 yards passing. The rest, or where are we at in there? We are not too bad, I guess. We're like about middle of the pack. Rushing yards, though. Rushing yards, we do have, holy crap, the Bills 2,400 yards rushing. That's pretty incredible there. But where are we at there? We're probably way down there. And we're not too bad. We're middle of the pack. It's not too bad. Points per game, we are not too bad. We're like 7th or 8th in NFL. Passing touchdowns, we do have the Cowboys at 40, and we had We had 31, not too bad there. Rushing touchdowns, we do have the Bills, obviously, and we do have us with 23. First downs gained, we do have Jaguars, and we do have the Browns. Where are we at now? We're about middle of the pack, the middle to lower of the pack of the NFL. So defensive though, I want to see our defense. Our defense was amazing this season. So passing yards allowed, we do have the Seahawks best D, and the Browns looks like we were 5th or 6th in the NFL when it comes to passing yards allowed. Rushing yards allowed, we do have the Raiders, and us are like 4th in the league right there. Points allowed, we do have the Seahawks, and we do have us who's like 5th or 6th in there too, with 337. QB sacks, we're probably way down there though. We're 47, that's not too bad I guess. Fumble recoveries, we're like lower than the NFL, we're kind of pretty bad at that. Interceptions wise, we do have, where are we at now? Way down there, so 11 only on the season. So now I can probably check out what happened for our, you know what, actually we're good enough. So go to standings and finish off that, so you can get away from all this boring stuff and move on, finally to the playoffs. Let's go to here and see where we finished in the NFL when it comes to our standings. So Seahawks top in the NFL 12-4, Dolphins 11-5, Browns 11-5, 3rd in the NFL when it comes to our stat for our win-loss record. So pretty incredible to see that. But the Dolphins 2nd in the NFL. I don't know how they did that, but they're playing so well. They're in Miami. The rest though were pretty much good there. Now we're going into the season then we're losing the last game, but only because we went or played our backups primarily in that game. Let's go and move all our starters back into their starting positions and see what our playoff matchup there is in the NFL after this wildcard game. So that is our roster right now, or at least our depth chart for the NFL playoffs. Just a preview what it looks like before going into this game. So it's our offense, and looks like this is our defense for the playoffs. And this is our special teams, Gordon Chung at kicker and Sam Martin at punter. So I think we're good enough to go sim to the next week and see who we're facing off against in the NFL playoffs, or at least the divisional round. So we're going to go who is facing off in the wildcard this game and see who wins, I guess. But looks like a wildcard game though. We do have the Steelers and Texans, the Buccaneers and the Falcons, the Ravens and the Chiefs, and the Rams and the Cowboys there. So I guess hopefully the Steelers don't win that one, but I kind of want to play them in the playoffs, so hopefully they do, just for a good matchup. So let's go sim this week and see who we're facing off against in the divisional round. In our first playoff game in over, I believe, 10 years, we're facing off against the Kansas City Chiefs there in Cleveland for a divisional round. So before we end this one off, let's go and check out who won the divisional round, or at least the wildcard games, besides the Chiefs. So got a playoff schedule and see who won this one. So we'll go to, I guess, wildcard. So it looks like against the Steelers and the Texans. It looks like Pittsburgh going 49-24 against the Texans. Steelers moving on. Buccaneers Falcons. The Atlanta Falcons won 24-10. The Chiefs and the Ravens. Chiefs won 31-15. And the Cowboys, they lost. The LA Rams 23-21. The Rams moving on to the divisional round. So divisional rounds, we do have the Steelers and Dolphins, Rams and Seahawks, Chiefs and Browns, and the Falcons and the Packers on this Saturday and Sunday. So I'll be in fact playing this first game, or divisional game, in the next episode, so stay tuned for that. And I guess I'll end this episode off here. Make sure to subscribe for more Browns Practice Mode. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.